Welcome everybody. This is our final entry for the Clifty Falls Four Falls Challenge. Today we are going to be at the Tunnel Falls. I got this going a couple different directions because I recorded this on a couple different days. So let's see how this works for us.
Okay, so this map says we are here, and I'm pretty sure we just went around this corner, although there was no ladder. But I hear water, so maybe one of these is Tunnel Falls. Sometimes there's a sign.
Boy, this was the first time I'd ever hiked all the way from what I'm calling the north side of the park down to the south, and I had no idea where I was. Obviously, as you can say, and or as you can hear, and whatever I'm saying in other parts of this, it's just all this more. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. But anyway, so this is, I don't know, a month or so earlier than the second half of the video. Um, my camera ran out of battery, and I decided to pack it up and come back another day. But I think on the last video I promised we were going to talk about how waterfalls are formed because that was a question I got in the comments, and I appreciated that I got a question in the comments. And it turns out that I thought there might be different methods, but it's really not. Um, the way a waterfall is typically formed is the water is flowing down this bed, and at some point it comes across a softer substrate, and we're dealing with rock. This is all sedimentary rock, and so the water is really corrosive. It causes a lot of erosion, and so it starts carving out this softer rock and leaving the hard rock alone. And we're not talking about an inch or something like that, although we could be. Most of this stuff, that soft layer is quite thick, and we saw in the very first video, I think I said that these falls, the height of Little and Big Clifty Falls is 60 feet. So there's 60 feet of soft rock that was carved out of there until it hit another hard layer. And so that is what got the falls where they are today. Is there still erosion going on? There is definitely erosion still going on, but I think the really heavy stuff is mostly done. I think we're getting up to a part where I don't know what I got to do. I'm going to get quiet here, and we're going to continue on here. And then we're going to switch to the other side.
Hell, now I have no idea where I'm at. But how am I going to get to that other side? Oh, so I haven't really got to Tunnel Falls yet. I am around that corner, or maybe I passed it, but it was on the way down. Maybe I can see it better when I get down here. So do I actually cross the river here? Yeah, looks like that's what this is right here, where it says ladder. Okay. So don't go down that far. Ooh, it's slippery down here. Oh, my feet are gonna get wet. All right, nothing to do, but now we have to come back this way as well. There's nothing that direction, right? Let's go that direction. This is certainly deep through there. like. Look at that. Stepping stones. I think the river is higher than normal. But it's been higher. Woo. Woo. There we go. Ooh, that's very slippery. That wasn't too bad. But we still got a ways to go before we get to Tunnel Falls. So I'm going to turn this off. Okay, leaving, well, I'm going to just say it, the Bat Cave. We're on our way to Tunnel Falls, which really is right here, I think.
All right, so this is a completely different day. This is back on Christmas Eve, and I look like I'm actually not doing too bad. I was absolutely worn out by this point, and I still got, I don't know, a couple, 3 miles to go. It was a long day. Um, but we're coming from the other direction. We just left the tunnel, and we're heading toward Tunnel Falls. Um, so there we go. Well, we might as well finish our talk or continue our talk about waterfalls. Um, Turns out there's generally three types of waterfalls out there. First type is what they call a plunge waterfall. This one, the water completely loses contact with the bedrock as it drops and often creates a cavern behind the wall of water. I think Tunnel Falls is gonna, when we get to see it, we're gonna agree that this is the type of waterfall it is. Next type is a cascade waterfall. This descends over a series of small irregular steps or sloping surfaces, maintaining constant contact with the rock face. Um, and then there's a segmented waterfall distinguished by a stream splitting into two or more distinct channels as it flows or as it descends. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a plunge fall. Um, I'm continuing to walk from this direction, and you can see that there is a huge drop off. So we're probably not that far above the river before the falls now, the river bed before the falls now. And I think this is the best direction to see the fall anyway. We're going to come up to it. I think we can start seeing it about now. Yeah, and we'll get a little better look on it. You can see there's an overlook up there. There's a fall, but that overlook has kind of an obstructed view, so we're going to ignore that. But this is probably the best place you can see the fall, and you can see that huge cavern behind it. So yeah, I'm going with plunge fall. Um, it's not all that much water in it today. It was better the first time I came out, but boy, I had a lot going on that day. So this is getting close to the end of this video. Um, I hope you got something out of it. I hope you go to Clifty Falls and do some of these. Just be prepared. It is a long day of hiking. And of course, picked up some trash. This is not from this day. This is a couple weeks later at a different park that I haven't been to in a while. And I ended up ending my hike when I couldn't hold on to my trash bag any longer. I found some little kid's costume, a nifty pair of sunglasses, the the little deer outfit. I don't know what it is. Christmas outfit cleaned up okay once I stuck it in the washer, but I don't have anyone in my house that fits that, so I took it to the Goodwill. The sunglasses were total garbage, so they went in the trash. And lastly, this is what we're doing all these challenges for. After I took pictures at all the places I need to take pictures, I went to the got to remember it's nature center at the state parks. I used to work at the national parks and they were visitor center. So I go to the nature center and I give a buck and they will give me this sticker after I showed them the pictures. So I hope you get your own sticker. I hope you continue to go outside and get some exercise and hike. And I hope you're not, at a minimum, you're not throwing trash on the trails. And hey, if you're amazing, I hope you're picking some up. So thanks for coming out. I'll catch you next time.